Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Slay the Spire, to our 100% playthrough. And last episode was a pretty successful one. We beat Act 3 with the Watcher, and what was notable about this run is that we had only one relic, and in doing that, we got the Who Needs Relics achievement. And in this episode, we're going to be going for a similar but slightly different achievement where we're going to try to beat the game without any uncommon or rare cards. Now, I think at the end of last episode, I thought that the Ironclad would be the way to go for it, but I think I might be wrong. Because I think there were some cards that I was thinking of using that are not actually common cards. So if we look at these uncommon cards, I was thinking that I could use I thought in my mind I thought Dual Wield was a common card. That's not a common at all. I thought Rage was a common card. That's not common. Searing Blow. I kind of knew that that wasn't common. Spot Weakness isn't common. Whirlwind isn't common. So if we look at only the common cards, you can still get pretty far. There's Shrug It Off. That's a pretty good one. Pommel Strike, Twin Strike is a good one, which means Perfected Strike is a potential option. Limit Break obviously is not a common card. Anger, Flex, Clash, these are all things that can work. The other option is to go Defect. And with Defect, you know what your win condition is. You gotta get Claw and some sort of defense, which would be what? Cold Snap? Steam Barrier doesn't really seem like it's gonna do much for us. Cool Headed is a common card. So maybe Cool-Headed Claw could be an option. Do we want to go that? You know what? Let's try with the Defect. Let's try it with the Defect. Obviously, we're gonna stay on Ascension 0, and we'll see what we can do. If that doesn't work, we'll go with the Ironclad. Having said that, if a run is a failure, I'm not going to show it. I will only show the winning run. So it's taking a little bit of the mystery out, I guess. Or if a run fails in dramatic fashion, I'll show you that. But if I fall to, I don't know, the Act 2 boss, is that really worth showing? Alright, I'm doing my final run as the defect for the day. If it fails, then I'm just gonna... I didn't even reach the Act 1 boss. Okay. In the previous run. So the right-hand side will stop us from going to any shops, which is kinda not good. We'll go here, because we want to get good cards into our deck. Okay. Two orb slots could be good for like one fight. Alright. Okay. And he's dead? Okay. It's gotta be compile driver. And some potions. Colorless cards, I don't think so. I'll take strength and I'll take the gambler's potion. Early shop? Yeah? Claw. It has to be. It's gotta be claw. We've gotta do a claw deck. And remove a defend. And now we need to get more claws into our deck. It's just. That's just how it has to be. That's just how things have to be. Hey, ask and you shall receive, apparently. I will upgrade this stuff, start making it free. If only we could do all for one, but we can't. We cannot. I'm gonna do double defend. I'm gonna start clawing the guy in front. This is a pretty bad fight. That was a pretty bad fight. This could be a way of getting another claw in a tricky situation. So I'll take that instead of Gambler's Brew. Charge Battery I thought was a pretty good card. Right, so now this is 0 cost. Anchor is actually pretty awesome. And I do want to fight an elite, I think. Zap, dual cast, strike. And we're taking damage, but we're also dealing damage. Okay, so took a bit of damage. And now future elites are gonna be easier. Okay, that's kind of good. And there aren't any more elites on the horizon for us. So I'll take a defend out of my deck. And I'll go to the rightmost path because I do want to start upgrading some of my stuff. You love to see a double early claw. You hate to see no defense. Well, you have a few defense. Oh, and we also had extra defend on turn 1, so I think we're fine. Well, can kill this guy next turn. Smoke bomb? Nah. You know what? I will absolutely take another claw. And I will upgrade charge battery to get even more block out of it. The only thing I can do is heal. Do I want to spend that much gold? No, I think we're fine. Upgrading claw does almost nothing. And Compile Driver is a card we'll be playing very often, so let's get better value out of that. Now this guy. Is gonna feel the strength of our claw build. Zapdi will cast Claw, or I guess it doesn't really matter what order we do it in. And no point playing these weak attacks. Ooh, I just barely managed to get him back into this mode. All of our claws have shown up. Kind of a close fight. Ish. Let's do this. See what, oh, nice. Okay, no card, but I will take Elites drop an additional relic? Or do we just gain more energy per turn and then we act as though this is our final, that we don't need any more cards other than this? Or any elites we fight drop more relics. You know what? I'll take the busted crown. With 3 claws, I think we're feeling okay. And now we kind of don't really want to fight regular enemies that much, because we're not going to be getting that much from them in terms of cards. So one of them is definitely dead. Taking a bit of damage is acceptable. Do I want to do that? No. I want to focus on just clawing. And let's use this as a way to just get a strike out of our deck. Let's get a strike out of our deck. Dolly's mirror would have been so nice. Ooh, no. Oh. All we can do, I guess, is remove another strike. It's a small deck that we have. Yeah, I'll see if we can maybe get lucky and get something really good. Cool-headed is pretty good. I think it's got to be cool-headed out of this list. And then I guess I will fight a regular enemy. Okay. Really solid turn. And you're just dead. Okay. It's got to be upgrading that. We kind of have to fight you. So there's no more draw, but we can make sure that we don't take any damage. And let's just go. Another claw. We're getting somewhere, but we're still taking an unacceptably large amount of damage. So he's gonna rally two more guys, but I think we've got him. Yeah. You know what? That's not bad. Do I take an upgraded leap? It is a common card. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna be playing our claws pretty often, so if any of them are upgraded, it's gonna give us some good stuff. Now, as we've seen, upgrades are not that useful to us. I don't know how often we'll play. We'll play 3 skills a turn pretty often because we have dual cast, zap, charge battery, and cool headed. Let's try and take down the person at the back. She's gonna successfully cast Strength. Yeah, that's a bit of a disappointment. We're gonna have a couple chances to take her out. And luckily, it worked. Luckily, it worked. Okay. Okay, so again, we have decent attack, decent defense, but not much else. We'll go to this question mark and we'll see what we find. It gives us the best options. Is this... Wait. Apparition is a common card. Is this how we want to try and win? Because we can play Apparition pretty reliably. Gives us a couple turns of no damage. Yeah. I'll accept that. I'm gonna try that. And then if we upgrade an Apparition, the upgraded Apparition is no longer ethereal. Okay. We do not want this. Yeah, I don't think we want to go to the shop. We don't have enough gold. Let's go to question mark, see what we find. Okay, this is pretty good. That is pretty good. And let's upgrade yet another Apparition. Okay. This is an interesting build that we have. Oh, both of our things have shown up. I guess we should play our non our ethereal Apparition, otherwise it's gonna be useless. And then actually no, we're gonna... It doesn't matter what we do, right? Yeah, it kind of didn't matter what we do. Okay. So for this 24 damage that we're about to take, for sure, I'm gonna Apparition that damage. Bash you. No need to do this. And we can... I guess we should do charge battery just to gain the energy next turn. We're about to take 21 damage. Whether I play this Apparition depends on what we draw with you. I guess I'll do this. As if I zap dual cast. Then we don't have to play Apparition, we can just defend normally. But he is gonna be pretty soon charging up for a big attack. What happens if you do intangible and defend? I'm just gonna test that out. Okay, it just goes into our defense. That's actually pretty good. No point doing dual cast, except if we want to bring the orb in front, but that's not. So now he's trying to kill us. We did not draw our apparition on the turn. Well, he's not going to kill us yet. He's not going to kill us yet. He's also taking pretty heavy damage. Should I just do damage to him, or do I want to try and survive a little bit? Let's just try and survive, I guess. Because the more health we have, the more we can fool around with the, apparition. On a turn like this, we can just make ourselves, oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, let me just make sure I haven't accidentally picked up something good. Because our deck is still... pretty... it's impressive. Replaces cracked core. If you have any empty orb slots, channel 1 frost. Or do we just want more power? Or do we want to remove 2 cards? I think we want to remove 2 cards. Because I do like seeing enemy intents. It'll let me know when I need to play my apparitions. So that's kind of important. So I will just remove 2 cards, and that'll be 1 strike and 1 defend. And this is not the worst boss we could have had at the end of this. Right, so we will definitely be fighting an elite if we go to the right. Wouldn't necessarily be the worst. I will go here, because I do want to go to the shop. If we go to the left, we can just avoid elites entirely. But is that wise? Because we have apparitions, we can do some pretty good stuff. So yeah, let's try and make that happen. Making sure to only use the apparitions when we need them, and then we need to obviously upgrade the apparitions now. The person at the back. We've drew an apparition in the nick of time. We have another apparition, but do we want to use it is the question. The answer might be yes, because one of them is gonna get exhausted anyway. Okay. Okay. like this. We're about to take 19 damage. Let's do cool-headed. Let's do Zap first. So if I dual cast, then that's an extra 10 block. I think that's what I should do. Or, you know what? We just do it like this, and I think we're fine. And we have apparitions as well. Apparitions for days. Okay, one of them is gonna come back. But our claws are getting stronger. We have an apparition, which I absolutely will use. And I think we're good. Okay. A little slow, but ultimately fine. So what did I say I wanted to do? I said I wanted to upgrade my apparitions. So if I go to the leftmost path, this gives me 3 upgrades and no shops. If I go to the middle, I can get also 3 upgrades and I can fight elites. I think we should definitely fight elites if we can. Hologram can put apparition into our deck. Might not be a bad idea. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, gain block. Might not be a bad idea. How often are we shuffling our draw pile? Not that often. So let's just get rid of Strike. And do we want Hologram? I think we do, right? We want deck control. Wait. Was Hologram yes, Hologram is a common card. Okay, good. Duplicate a card for sure. Now the temptation is going to be to duplicate apparition, but I think in the end you've got to duplicate a claw, because we don't want to be so fixated on this whole defensive part of the build that we forget that we need to do damage to the enemies as well. Well, this is an unfortunate turn 1. A very unfortunate turn 1. We might still be fine. We have apparition, so I will start building up my claw. Might as well just do this, I guess. And then claw him again. See what we get. Claw him again. All right. Let's go. Oh, the game is in a very generous mood, isn't it? I do want to fight both of these elites. So I guess we're not buying anything from the shop. Do I want... Hang on. Wait, I'm gonna get an upgrade no matter which path I go on. So I'll fight this elite. Oh! It's the battle of the intangibles. Okay. He added trash to my deck. So I'm gonna add some trash to his face. We will exhaust this and bring back nothing useful. Okay. We didn't take any damage. All right. Use this apparition. I'll zap and then bring back some stuff. Now he finally understands how it feels. He understands the pain of having somebody just ignore all your damage. You know what? I'll just do this. We still have some apparitions, I think. The problem is that he is also adding trash to my deck. Since I have no more apparitions, I'm gonna do this. I didn't remember how much energy he had. You know what? That's fine, because we'll be using a lot of potions in the final fight. Not taking that? Okay. Gotta upgrade more apparitions. We've got to fight another elite. Oh, this guy! This is gonna be a fun fight. Basically, the way we've got to think about it is we have potentially uh, 5 turns of taking no damage. And we need to be very precise with where and when we use them. And using our apparitions that are ethereal. If, you know what, I guess I'm just gonna use my hologram. Just to bring a claw back. Dual cast Zap, I think, has got to be the way to go. There's 3 apparitions in my draw pile. There's also cool-headed in my draw pile. So unless we're really unlucky, we should be able to avoid this damage. And as it turns out, we were in fact really unlucky. Man, what? We didn't draw any of the apparitions, nor did we draw the thing that could have drawn us more stuff. We can still avoid most of this damage, I think. Yeah, we only took 1 damage in the end. Why are you still here? Listen, man, I am asking myself the same thing. We need to draw an apparition, come on. Are you serious right now? Like, are you actually serious? We just had horrendous luck in that fight. Strawberry is a very nice pickup, but there were much better relics that we could have had. Rebound? To give us more deck control? Yeah, you know what? I think so. Do we want to fight yet another elite? And well, whichever way we go, we're going to be fighting an elite. Meal ticket? Okay, so now we want to investigate this shop. Okay. I'm concentrating hard, because we don't have a lot of health left. We do have apparition. You know, I can take multiple apparitions to give myself multiple turns off apparition. I think that's how it works. You don't have to use only one of them in a turn. I should do this, and I should bring one of these claws back. Oof. Yikes. Streamline. Do we? Hang on. Do we even want streamline? I guess we do. I guess we do. It's a nice, consistent way of doing damage. Beam cell could be good. Blessing of the Forge. Most of our important things are already upgraded, and we cannot remove anything. Enlightenment, 0 cost, but no, it's not a common card, I guess. Do I want Beam Cell is a question, and I think the answer to that is yes. I will upgrade another apparition. Okay, 2 question marks, another upgrade, and then the fight. Okay, this is a... I should have done Beam Cell first. I don't think we can kill the transient. I do not think this is a thing. You know what? I can just use up. Hang on. If I do this, it gives me another turn of intangible. Yeah. So I should, when I can, I should just use them. In my discard, there is a. We might as well at least try to win. But I should have used rebound before claw if I was gonna do that. We're gonna take, annoyingly, we're gonna take 1 damage. Okay, you know what? Charge battery is good. Against the boss fight, though, we don't want to just be using our apparitions willy-nilly. We want to be using them on turns where we know we're going to be taking a lot of damage. Which might just end up being all of the first 5 turns, possibly. But let's try and... let's try and be more strategic about it. Okay, so... I'm gonna discard that. Steam barrier? I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna get much value out of a regular fight, so I'll just go to a question mark. Rare relic. I'm gonna say yes. Okay, that's bad. That's kind of really bad. Okay. What the fuck, man? Where's all my stuff? Where's all my stuff, dude? I'm restarting this fight. I guess I'm not gonna do this fight if that's the kind of RNG the game's gonna give me. I'm just not gonna do this fight. Yeah, no need to be greedy. Just upgrade another one of our apparitions. And now I think they're all upgraded. And now let's just go into this fight. Let's just make sure everything in my deck is still common. We of course didn't draw any of our apparitions. Are you serious right now, man? Like, are you actually serious? Zap, dual cast, defend is the only thing. Well, you know what? Hang on a sec. I guess I'll wait to take a bit of damage before I use any more potions. Alright. Man, now all my draw is gone. Well, we have healing that we can get, so I won't use these yet. Okay. Beam Cell on you, just try and get you dead. Rebound. And I think we should use an apparition here. And in my discard pile... do I want to gain... No, I think... Oh, we gained a block from somebody else. Okay, from our orb. All right. Okay. So that's 10 block. Ideally, I want to save as many of my apparitions as I can for his second phase. Beam Cell is kind of good. Scary, but we are surviving and we do actually have a little bit of healing. I also will save the hologram for his second phase. Man, I think this is doable. It's just gonna be very scary. Oof, man. I also want to save the vulnerability potion for his second phase. Okay. Oh, he did. He did go into a second phase. I'll use... I won't use an apparition right now. Man, I really can't. Really wish I could use my claws. Oh no, all of my... So this is horrible, because I'm gonna have to... Because he's gonna next turn try and attack me for a lot of damage. So I need to use one apparition. Now I need to get a second apparition. I need to use that. Because that's the only way that I'm gonna have apparition next turn. Because look at the amount of damage that he's gonna try to do right now. Well, you can't see it right now because I used Um, my apparition, but trust me, he was a. I should have made him vulnerable. I'm an idiot. Well, we can survive this turn hilariously. Yeah, if I'd done it properly, it would have been a much better state of affairs. I still think we can win. Where's all my draw, man? Hey, man, where's all my draw? Well, he's dead next turn, regardless of what I do or what he does. So let me just use an apparition just so nobody's freaked out. And beam cell, and he's dead. And that gives us the common sense achievement. I'll show it to you in the achievements list shortly. Okay. The source of this evil is dead. Okay. So, are we gonna... Hey, look, we're even gonna get the final defect unlock. So this is gonna be some relics. Symbiotic virus, emotion chip, data disk. Alright, so let's take a look at the run and see how we were able to do it. Basically, it was your I was gonna say it's your typical claw build, but it wasn't. It was apparition. Without apparition, arguably we could have still won. I feel like it would have been really tough. Apparition also helped us get into extra elite combat. Not that the last few relics we got were that great. I think we really only... Well, this was pretty decent. This was okay, I guess. I don't know if we ever dropped below 7 HP, so I don't know if this saved us. Likewise with this, and then that was just kind of useless. But yeah, claw build plus apparition. I was actually a little scared, right? Because apparitions are colorless cards, but they were common cards. And I must also show you to confirm to you that indeed, common sense. Beat the game with a deck containing no uncommons or rares. So another fairly tough achievement done. I think the next one we're gonna go for is minimalist. This one is just pure RNG, right? It's about, first of all, you need to know what deck you're going for, and then you need to get lucky and get extra removals on top of what you would have normally gotten from shops. We'll talk about that next episode. But, you know, another successful run. I think this was my third attempt. My first two attempts weren't even interesting enough. I think one of them made it to, like, Donu and Deka, but then, like, instantly died. Also with a claw build, but I think I only had 2 claws in that build, so that was not the best. That's another achievement down. Really racing through these, and then after a while, the only achievements left are going to be we're getting Ascension 20, and all of these challenge things like you know, channel 9 or more plasma, have 1,000 block, 50 or more strength, have 10 buffs. So these ones, it's going to be interesting to figure out like how we're going to do it. For some of them, I'll look it up. For some of them, I'll just go with my own intuition. For this one, my intuition was correct, that the defect is the easiest way to do it. There's probably other ways to get the common sense achievement, but this was the easiest and the most fun way of doing it. Anyway, we also upgraded some relics. Sorry, we unlocked some relics. I've forgotten what they were. I should have, like, taken a picture of them with my phone. Was Damru one of them? No. I know one of them was like a microchip or something. Let me... hang on, let me just quickly look up the relics we unlocked, because... we should... relic... unlocks... So, one of them... while this is... hang on, what's the finals? I wish they could... hang on. Maybe if I just look up instead... Slay the Spire defect. And then on his page, it'll show what the unlocks are. Starting deck, come on. Relics. Hang on. Build types, dude, here we go, unlocks. Fifth set of unlocks is the data disk. The data disk is... I guess I'll show it to you here as well. You start each combat with one focus. It's a common relic. So, oh, this one, data disk, start each battle with one focus. Then there's symbiotic virus. At the start of each combat, channel 1 dark. That is uncommon. That is this one? No. This one. Yeah, at the start of each battle, channel 1 dark. I don't think dark orbs... I've never found a way to make dark orbs work for the defect. There's just so many easier ways to win. So that's not a great... I mean, I might not even take that relic. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with channeling 1 dark and just having it. Anyway, the final one is an emotion chip. If you lost HP the previous turn, so this is a rare relic. If you lost HP the previous turn, trigger the passive ability of all orbs at the start of your turn. All right, that doesn't seem bad. Could be a... I mean, there's definitely interesting things you can do with that. Okay, so that is all for that. For this episode, I do believe. Pretty happy with that. We got really lucky with the apparitions. But sometimes, you know, you need a little bit of luck. And, you know, we made the most out of it. So that's going to be all for this one. And I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you'll join me for the next one as well. And until then, take care.